Well, everyone, welcome to today's live stream. I'm Jaden Sterling, the founder and CEO of Sterling Stock Picker, and I want to share some very sad news with all of you. Not everyone knew her or had the pleasure of knowing her, but quite a few of you did. And our dear friend Nola Peacock passed on last Thursday evening. I was able to spend time with her Thursday late afternoon, early evening, and she passed shortly thereafter. Nola was one of those very, very special people. Not only was she a mother and a wife and an entrepreneur, but she was one of our very first students who went through our program, and it was called Stocks for Freedom about 9 years ago. She was actually in the beta group, one of 10 who came into the course that I put together and started teaching, and her feedback was incredible. It helped us shape the program. And ultimately, from Nola's feedback and from another dear subscriber and friend of ours, Sheena, the software was created. They were the ones who put that bug in my ear, hey, we love what you're doing, but could you create software around this? And that's what you have here is the Sterling Stock Picker. So I'm not going to play the video. I am just going to post a link to Nola's video. She sent this video in 6 years ago and completely unsolicited. I didn't ask for a testimonial video. She just out of the kindness of her heart sent this video. And it was really beautiful. It talks about her journey with investing. It talks about how she was never comfortable with investing and how through the program she found her confidence, and then she ultimately handled her entire investment portfolio herself. So she fired her broker and managed her portfolio. So we want to give condolences to her husband, Ron, and her children, and to many of us that were impacted by Nola's passing. She's one of those very, very special people. So I'd just like to take a moment of silence for Nola. All right, thank you for doing that with me. I appreciate that, and Nola will be forever missed. She's one of those very, very special people who made a huge impact on so many. So God bless you, Nola. Thank you for all of the wisdom that you imparted on us, for being an amazing human being, just being a wonderful, wonderful person, and the work that you did here was phenomenal. So thank you for that. All right, let's dive into this week's earnings report. We got some earnings out. It looks mostly like banks and retail. Retail earnings continue to come out. We got BMO, Tuesday, Scotia, Tuesday before the open. The big one, of course, is NVIDIA, Snowflake, Hewlett Packard on Wednesday after the close. So a mixed bag. We've got retail, we've got technology stocks, and we've got banks, but super busy week across the board here. Wednesday is going to be the big after the close. I mean, look at the lineup: NVIDIA, Snowflake, Pure Storage, NetApp, Hewlett Packard, CrowdStrike. Like, this is just a lineup of the titans in the technology space. So we're going to have to watch that closely and see how all that goes. Essentially, we're looking at a market that is, the Dow's down 0.61%. So last week was very interesting. If you followed the market action last week, we had five consecutive down days. And then all of a sudden, the announcement is on Friday morning that the Fed is carefully considering, or I think they are going to actually decrease interest rates in September. So that sent the market up hugely. I mean, it was incredible the veracity of buying that took place. Do people buy voraciously? I think they do. That took place on Friday. It erased all of the previous 5-day losses and pretty much all new highs. I believe so in the S&P and the NASDAQ, Dow as well. So a lot of a very robust market that we've got. Although as I'm looking across my screen here, my scroller, many of the stocks are still in the red. But that's, the Dow is off today, profit taking, I believe, today, and NASDAQ is only up slightly. So here is, look at the big gap up on the stocks above their 50-day moving average. So Friday we opened at 58 and closed at 67. Unbelievable. The percentage of stocks that made the leap above that 50-day. In fact, at this point, it's very challenging to find, as we're sitting here at the 66, 65 mark, to find stocks below the 50 moving day average, because 2/3 of all stocks that are trading are well above that 50 days. So, it does mean there's opportunity in the market, but it's not as easy to find as it was back in early August 1st, in fact, when that figure was at 44%. So it's had a 50% move. A lot of stocks have moved up with that. So now the key is be very discerning where you invest your money. There is a stock that I'm sure all of you are familiar with, and that's Intel. I think it's got some great potential here. It's getting ready to break out of a channel of sideways movement. I mean, there's almost a strong argument that can be made for the stock moving sideways almost the entire year. So 52 weeks, right? Some fluctuations along the way, but not a lot. But as we see it now, sitting at above its moving averages, green above red, the MFI at 70. MFI is getting a little toppy, but lots of room to go here with this price on Intel. So that's my pick of the week that I'm recommending. And I will circle back around with Big Bear. There was a question in our chat forum, in light of the pullback. Now, I covered Big Bear last week on the live extensively. We looked at this, so I'm not going to go too deep into this. What I did say was, if you're looking for a quick pop, a quick price movement this isn't the stock for you. This is going to take some time to, they're really going to have to get some of that back orders. And so that will make the news. These collaborations they're doing, these partnerships, I don't think it's cutting it in terms of the revenue picture. In fact, I know it's not. But long term, we have a winner here. It's just going to take some time. From a technical perspective, it's not looking good. The stock is only above the SMA 200. It is well below all of the other moving averages. We got red above green. We got the 50 moving average above all of those. The only thing holding it up is that SMA 200. It could very well bounce off that. So it could drop another, we could see another 90 cent, almost $1 price movement to the downsides. That would put it another 20% down. And at that point, at the 450 range, I think you go all in with this stock. I mean, we're sitting with the MFI at 38, so clearly it's becoming oversold, and there could be a very strong argument made that the next move would be up. But I think there's going to be some more selling pressure on the stock. We could see the MFI actually back to this level, to the 5 single-digit range, and if we do, that's when you just load up everything that you possibly can with this stock. So right now, I think you just, we have a watch closely rating on it. I think that's prudent. I would just keep watching the stock, wait till it, you get away from the selling pressure here. And then when there's a reversal, it's either going to have to be news driven. And I think that's going to be really it, is there's going to be some type of announcement, some big contract coming through, which will be helpful for this stock. And that is when you can feel confident, comfortable going in with additional shares. Hope this was helpful. I will not be streaming next week. That is Labor Day. Markets are closed. So I hope you enjoy your Labor Day in the United States with family and friends. And I'll be back the following week. Thanks very much.